Hi there, and welcome to my first chatty YouTube video. 10 things I wish I knew before starting university. Very cliche, I know. For me, I thought it would be a fun little reflective exercise to actually reflect on the last 4 years of university and think about what I learned, what I wish I could pass on to someone else starting university, but more importantly, what I would tell my younger self. Things that I didn't expect to happen and that I think would have been nice to know, but also that I learned along the way. I'm mostly doing this as a reflective exercise, but also just to get comfortable again, talking in front of a camera. So one day I can hopefully make less cliche, more serious videos. But for now, we're just having fun. So this is from my experience. Of course, everyone's experience is different, and this is literally what I would tell my younger self, like in retrospect. If this was not someone's experience, that is so understandable, and of course no one's going to have the same experience as me, but from my experience, upon reflection, let's talk about the things I learned. We're going to go first year to fourth year. The University of Edinburgh has 4 years of university, like all Scottish universities. The first year is optional. If you have good grades, you can do direct entry into the second year, which is the equivalent of an English university first year. English bachelors are 3 years, Scottish bachelors are 4 years, but often, I think, at least for Edinburgh, the first year is optional. That being said, I did 4 years of university. I have friends that did direct entry and only did 3 years. They all did equally great. They all had equal amount of fun. Freshers Week is overrated. Freshers Week is overrated. It's over-romanticized. You're not going to meet the love of your life. You're not going to meet your ride or dies. Sorry. You probably won't talk to a lot of people you meet in Freshers Week. I am in contact with one girl, Elena, who I met in Freshers Week. I met my closest friend literally in November of first year, but much later in through society. You're not having a good time during Freshers Week. It is so normal. Freshers Week is kind of over-romanticized and sets a very high expectation. You have fun, you get drunk, there's no responsibility yet. The problem is though, you're in a new place with loads of strangers you've never met, trying to have a good time. Like, your body's just not used to this, right? It's normal to feel anxious. It's normal to feel socially awkward. It's like so many parts of your life have been discombobulated at this point that it's really hard to be a whole person and be present and socialize and get to know people and have a good time at the same time. Like, it's a lot of pressure. So if you're not feeling it during Freshers Week, that is so normal. I don't think I felt it. I also later realized that I'm not a big partier. I'm not a big clubber. I did it a little bit. I enjoyed it. I had 3 out of 10 nights I'd go out clubbing. I'd really enjoy, but it's so normal not to like Freshers Week. Please don't have pressure on yourself. You'll be so fine. If your Freshers Week is not good, it's not representative of the overall university experience. So hang in there. You're gonna gain weight. You probably will gain weight. It's so normal. It's so normal. Oh my gosh. You have so many responsibilities. You're only just now realizing when you have to feed yourself, when you don't, you know, cooking for yourself, everything. Your body's changing. You're going out. You're socializing. You might be drinking. You're gonna gain weight. And it's so okay. Actually, my friend said to me, oh, I wish more people spoke about this. It's normal. It's part of growing up. Your weight is going to fluctuate. But more importantly than gaining weight, you're gonna realize that appearance does not hold the value that you thought it did in high school. Not your appearance, not the appearance of other people. You will realize that anybody's appearance should be the least interesting thing about them. Don't worry about it. Expect it. If it happens, it might not happen. You might lose weight, gain weight, stay the same. It doesn't really matter, right? But yeah, it doesn't hold the value that you think it does. You'll be so fine. And if someone doesn't want to date you, be with you, be your friend because of your appearance, because you've gained weight, or if they're being judgy, what a great way to filter that person out, right? Like, what a great way to filter shallow people out. Anyway, on a more light-hearted note, say yes to everything. When you are a fresher, say yes to everything. I'm not talking, if you're not feeling like going out getting drunk, don't do it. But it might be the simplest thing. You saw like a hill walking society free event, like, I don't know, on friggin' Facebook or like the street, like there's a poster. Do it. You see it, do it. Wholesome events, coffee crawls, going to people's places to just pre or have fun, or just say yes within reason, but say yes. Don't miss out on opportunities. You have so much time, and if you hate it, it's going to teach you something. As a fresher, say yes to everything. I think a big transition I saw in myself is when I was a fresher, I would say yes to things when I didn't want to do them. But then when I got there, I'd actually end up having a really good time. But spoiler alert, in third year, when I knew myself a bit better, I'd been to events, I knew what I liked, I knew what I didn't like. If I knew I wouldn't like an event and I went to it, I didn't like it. But if I knew I'd have a good time, I most of the time did. But in first year, you're not, at least for me, I wasn't that sure what I wanted, what I liked, what I didn't. Peer pressure was a big thing for me. FOMO was a big thing for me. So normal. So normal. You're a fresher, come on. Just say yes to everything. And even if you don't like it, it'll help you tailor what you like and what you don't like. Knowing what we don't like is equally as important as knowing what we like. Join societies. Please join societies. Do you know what's going to happen? During Freshers Week, everyone's so open. Like, I've never met more open people in my life. They will literally eavesdrop on your conversation, hear that you study biochemistry, come up to you, oh my god, I study biochemistry as well. Oh my god, that's so cool, blah, blah, blah. Never going to talk to them again. But you're going to have that conversation in Freshers, and you're never going to have that conversation after Freshers. Because what happens after Freshers? People find friends. After Freshers, people have like a little group. It might be a temporary group, it might be a permanent group, like who knows. Join societies. Everybody says it. The thing that they told us when we went to university was the one regret people have when they leave university is that they didn't join societies and they didn't do societies. Do it. Join societies. You're going to meet people so organically. You don't need to be like a sports person. You don't need to have played football in school and joined the football club. University is so accessible for everything. And another piece of advice, which is more for myself, it doesn't apply to everyone, but something I wish I'd known before, join icebreaker societies. What does this mean? It doesn't mean join the societies that sit you down and tell you, okay, we're going to do icebreakers. No. Join societies where small talk is kind of secondary. I joined debating. Debating is great because you literally argue with people that you don't know, or you get paired up with them and you have to make a case for a specific motion, and then you argue, you debate with opponents, and then you shake hands after about an hour of arguing or debating with them and being out of your comfort zone. So the endorphins are flowing, the adrenaline's running, because you're speaking in public and you're literally debating people you've never ever met before. But then after you've done that, you're on your adrenaline high, you shake hands, you sit outside, you wait for the judges to determine the rankings of every team, and you chat and you get to know each other and you talk about the debate. Then you go to a social after that where you go to the pub and you have a drink with these people. Debate is a really cool thing because it attracts people that are really interested in current affairs and controversial opinion. There is a stereotype like debate is theatre kids trying to be president, but it's a lovely society. I met some of my closest friends in debating, so I really, really recommend it. That being said, dancing. Join the dancing community. Dance community, Edinburgh, Jo Richards dancing, Dance Base. She teaches at Dance Base on Thursdays, she's incredible, but also like Dance Base has great community. Join bachata and salsa. I wish I did that. I wish I did that in first year. I did it in the summer of third year. Honestly, it's the best thing because you're dancing. It's the best thing for your confidence. But then again, endorphins are flowing. You go up to someone, what's your name? Like, oh my god, what do you study? Oh my god, what got you into dancing? And then you're friends, okay? You're just friends. Like, everyone's friends in the dancing community. You learn not to take yourself seriously. Honestly, if it weren't for dancing, I would not be doing this thing right now. No way would I be doing this right now. If it weren't for Jo and dancing, I would not be here. I'd be at the beach. I would not be sitting on the floor, on the balcony, looking at the beach. But yeah, dancing, debating, but in general, just icebreaker societies, go hill walking, I don't know, climbing, whatever, gosh. But also maybe go like creative writing club, that kind of thing, like where the kind of activity is a way to interact. There's a lot of societies, so yeah, that's just my advice. Yeah, join societies. Slightly more stressful one, something they don't tell you before you go to university. First year, you live in halls. Great, fantastic, brilliant. It's literally, living in halls is like being on school holiday for a whole year. Upstairs, oh, come to dinner for mine. Oh, okay, I'll just go across the hallway because I need to go to bed and it's 5 AM. See you tomorrow. Oh, movie night down the hall. You know, it's fantastic. But second year, you need to find flatmates. Finding flatmates is a stress. It is such a stress in first year. It was my biggest stress. It feels like the most intense question because you don't want to come across as needy, but you're also thinking about who you're going to live with. But then you're like, oh, is our friendship what I think it is? Could we live together? Understand that your best friends might not be your best flatmates. Just because you're best friends doesn't mean you can live together. Your friendship might break down because you're living together. If you find flatmates, you have any doubt, question them. Question them. Any doubt, just tell them, are you sure? Are you sure you want to be flatmates with me? Because if they're not, then that's going to be a problem for them, and then it's going to become a problem for you. It kind of helps not knowing each other super well. What I'm saying is it's not as much as a con as you might think it is, because you're not as comfortable around them, so you're more likely to be more respectful, more easygoing, trying more to keep the peace. Whereas if you live with your friends, really close friends, it might lead to an explosion. Second year of university. COVID was a big thing during my second year. One thing I think I will take away from COVID is I did get to spend really valuable time with my family that I would have otherwise never gotten to do. So I guess that's a positive thing. COVID created a space where I got to live with my family again for a few months. Yes, we wanted to kill each other, but in hindsight, it was really valuable. General piece of advice for first and second year, or first year, if you are going to an English university, have fun. Prioritize having fun. Be that, it doesn't have to be clubbing, it doesn't have to be with friends going out drinking, it can be reading your book. Honestly, don't do university work at the expense of not having fun. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. You know, when you have that dilemma of, should I stay in and revise this or do this piece of coursework, but equally my friends are going out, or equally I really want to finish this book, or equally I really want to work on this side hustle, or I want to go to this new job that really excites me. I don't know, whatever it is, don't pick the academic thing. Don't pick it. Pick the other thing, because the thing with university is, yes, okay, that piece of coursework might be important, but it's also balancing that and the memories that you're going to make. What are you going to regret more? Going out with friends or doing the thing you wanted to do, and kind of delaying that piece of coursework but still getting it done, because you will get it done. I do believe that work expands to fill the time allocated to it, or miss out on those memories and stay in and do the coursework and give it more time for no reason. No. First and second year, prioritize the fun. Third and fourth year, prioritize the academic. Your degree will finally make sense after your internship. Up to third year, up to the summer of third year when I finally did my internship, I'm going to confess something to you. I had so many thoughts. What is my degree? I've learnt nothing. That's literally how I felt. I was like, I've learned nothing. And I had engineering friends that were like, oh, I've learned so much doing engineering. I've really seen myself improve. And I remember just thinking, I really don't relate to that. I feel like I've learned so many new concepts. I feel like I don't know how these really apply, like everything's so abstract. Then I did an internship. From third year to fourth year, I did an internship in a computational biology lab. For me, it took doing an internship to realize, wait a minute, I'm learning about so many fields in biotechnology, and to get to the application, the fun part, you narrow it down. And oh, wait a minute, what I'm learning is applied like this. This is what the experiments look like. And that was when I kind of contextualized everything, and I was like, okay, first 3 years of university are a lot about exposure to things. Which reminds me of another point that I haven't written down. I had this pressure, I remember, when I was applying to internships, that I need to figure out what I like. I need to know what I like. I need to know exactly which field I like, exactly what field I'm interested in. So I need to sit down, I need to read, and I need to research and figure out what I want to do exactly in the field of biotechnology. You're not going to do that. It's not possible. It's a bit like saying I'm going to research and form a political opinion. It doesn't really, in my opinion, it doesn't really work like that. Exposure helps you form that opinion. Go for the internship that sounds vaguely interesting. You don't have to narrow down the field you like. Exposure is what's going to help you. If you're a second year, and you get an internship as a second year, that's very admirable. Very likely you won't get an internship when you're a second year. It's very normal. I do kind of reserve internships for third years. If you are a really, really high achiever, you will. Don't let not getting an internship in your second year discourage you from reapplying in your third year. Internships, email people, email professors. If you want to get a company, go for the company, go through application process, but it's always good to email a professor who's going to be able to supervise you, because what an internship is for me, a project that will enable you to learn a lot of skills. For me it was computational, but having the supervision and the meeting and the structure is what motivates you to actually sit down and learn those skills, because we would all love to learn Python like on the side. If you can make that work, congratulations. I can't. It's impossible. I've tried so many times. It's no. I need motivation. I need an incentive. I need time. I need structure and a goal. Fourth year, my favorite year. No, honestly, I think third year was my favorite year, but fourth year was also incredible. Your circle will become smaller and so will everyone else's. For me, in fourth year, a feeling I got a lot was I would go to parties and I'd meet someone and I'd think this person is absolutely lovely, but I just don't have the effort, the energy or the time to get to know them. And I feel like that feeling was mutual. Yeah, we just have this kind of really good conversation, but we both know that we're probably not going to hang out again. But maybe if it were first year, then we'd probably make more of an effort to hang out and get to know each other. But in fourth year, I had my friends, I had my circles, I had my flatmates, and because your time is limited, and there was a point where I was actually really sad about that. I remember I called my friend and I thought, oh God, I said, it's so sad, like I have no time for all the people I want to spend time with. But she said to me, maybe that's a good thing, because then you're reserving time for the really, really special people. Organise your honours project in advance. Another plus of my summer internship, in August, I was in full work mode and I was in Edinburgh. And one morning I just emailed a professor and I said, I'd love to do my honours project with you. And then we had a meeting and it was done. I just had an honours project from August. My honours project started end of January. It was set from August. The amount of stress that saved me, oh my God, invaluable, incredible. All my classmates, everybody, so stressed, trying to get an honours project, ended up with an honours project they weren't quite happy with, didn't really know the supervisor. Do it in the summer. Do it as soon as possible before the chaos. September, October, at least in Edinburgh, it was chaos to get a supervisor, to get an honours project organised. No, do it when you're more relaxed. Put some time aside. I know you're on holiday. You're going to save yourself so much stress when things kickstart again. Look at professors you value, look at professors you liked, people you'd like to work with. Things, again, honest project, exposure, right? Think about the fields that you might be interested in. Think about the skills you want to develop. Do you want to learn to program? Do you want to do lab experiments? Find someone that does that, find someone that does it well, find someone you think you might click with. Talk to people who are in their lab on LinkedIn. Think about the work structure. So my internship was very independent. My honours project was very 9 to 5 every day in the lab. Meetings once every week. If you don't know what you want to do and what skills you want to develop, think about what schedule you want to have. Try that in your honours project. Do you want to be independent? Do something that's dry lab, do something that's coding. Maybe that doesn't work for you. You want something structured. Do lab internship. Have a friend or multiple friends that you say, you know what, every Tuesday we're going to study from 9 till 5, or every Tuesday we're going to be at the library at 9 AM, and stick to it. Having that accountability buddy is really going to get you out of bed and get you to the library, and then you can have a coffee and catch up during your study breaks, and it makes the whole process so much better, so much less depressing than being by yourself in your room, and just motivates you, right? Because if I didn't have Diana to get me up at 9 AM on a Monday when we had a free day, I'd be in bed till 11. Me and Diana have a mutual friend who has a different study buddy every day of the week, which I think is really cool, and I might implement in my masters. Finally, general thing I learned in university, it's really cliche, I'm just going to warn you, spoiler alert, something I didn't master in high school. Balance is key. I used to be that person that when exam season was coming up, I would shut down everything. I gave myself the excuse to do that. That meant no cooking, that's fine. No room tidying, that's fine. No seeing my friends, that's fine. I will be in the library 10 hours a day, every day, just studying. Like, I'd literally cancel on all my friends. I'd be like, guys, forget about me for the next 3 weeks. And that goes horribly. It's the worst. It's the most monotonous, unexciting, unproductive lifestyle. Don't cancel on your friends. See them for coffee. You need them. You need your friends. You need your friends. You need to rant about how exhausting the exam season is. Make time for things that are not university. Go to bachata, go to Joe's dance class, go do a debate, go for a drink with your friends. Study, of course, yes, study. Do 3 hours, do another 3 hours. You are the best version of yourself when you're balanced, because that coffee with your friend at 12, that brunch, that's going to force you to get up at 8, to get 4 hours of studying in, to then go with your friend, have a rewarding brunch, feel safe, reload, go back to library, stay there until 5, go home, chill. My final exams of university in 4th year, I was working a part-time job. During exam season, I took on 3 shifts, 3 7-hour shifts. It was intense. I don't recommend it. This is not me advising you to do that, but what I'm trying to say is those 3 7-hour shifts during my week before exams forced me to get up, go to the library, and be productive. No procrastination, no looking on my phone, because I couldn't afford it. But when you tell yourself, I'm not seeing my friends, I'm not going out, I'm going to spend every day, all day at the library, you're going to be like this. You're going to be like this, like, oh, let me just see what a better life everyone's having while I'm stuck in the library revising this thing that I really don't get, but somehow I'm going to understand. No. Force yourself to have deadlines. And deadlines are not bad. A deadline can be literally a brunch with a friend, a call with a friend, call your family. That's the biggest piece of advice. That's the biggest takeaway. I think it was very easy for me going into my masters to think, okay, now I'm going to prioritize doing my masters. No. Priority is balance. In order for you to do well in all areas of life, to be a good friend, to do well at university. But a prerequisite to that is to be balanced and to be a good friend and to be there for people and allow people to be there for you and looking after yourself and giving your brain space. I'm going to confess something to you. During exam season, I would say, I'm not going to the gym. I don't have time for it. I'm going to stay here and I'm going to study. I don't have time for it. I just need to study now, and the gym and exercising is a waste of time. But then I found out about the notion that physical health is so important for your brain health. So now the way I see it is, if your brain's not working in the library, go for a run for your brain, not for your body. Literally, just to make your brain work better, and then go back to the library and you're going to be more efficient. So yeah, work out for your brain, and or move your body, or just do things for your brain that are good for it, and working out is one of them. Working out, I hate the term working out. It's such a workout. Exercising, physical activity, whatever it might be, is good for your brain, and it's going to get it working, and you're going to be productive and efficient. And if you're not motivated to exercise, and if you're not motivated, you want to just, like, studying is such a great excuse to not see people and not go to the gym, but at the end of the day it's really not productive for you. I was unhappy. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. And if you're doing something that is reducing your life down to one thing, you're going to hate that thing. You deserve to fill your life with things that make you happy. You'll be a happy person. You'll be more excited to wake up in the morning. You'll be fine. You can afford to do that at university. I don't know what the work life is like. From my experience of university though, you can afford to have a balance. That's it. That's everything I have to say. My whole little what I wish I knew. Gosh, this has felt quite cathartic. That's what I tell my younger self before I went to university. If you are going to university, enjoy it. You deserve to be there. Welcome every opportunity. University is a great experience. People say it's the best years of your life. I don't think they have to be. I think life doesn't have to end after university, but there's a lot of opportunity and it's a lot of fun, and you still have a bit of a safety net underneath you. Maybe these tips help. Maybe you'll have a completely different experience. Whatever it is, embrace it.